Let's see, is that any better? Are you able to hear me now? Are you able to hear me now? I'm testing as well because I thought you...
See, is that any better?
All right. Okay. I can hear myself over on Instagram. So the last memo I got was that you needed 1,000 followers. I tried to go live directly from my phone on Instagram and it wouldn't let me. So it seems I've managed to circumvent it and go live. So I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram and it seems that the audio is back. So I wanted to just, yeah, amazing. Thank you so very much. Yeah, do you know what was it? What did I just click? I clicked something. It was user error. It was me. I was connected to the wrong source. That's a whole message in itself. All right. So I want to share with you just some takeaways, right? So as I launched the Build Room, so that's the name of the community for the past, I don't know, like month, 2 months, it was called the Unnamed Community. It took a while for me to get a name and yeah, it eventually came to me, the Build Room. And it's all around females who are building, whether that is a business, it could be confidence, it could be thought leadership, it could be, authority positioning. They're building something, and the Build Room is the space in which we do that collectively. So females who are over the age of 40, they've worked in employment, corporate, whatever, and now they're building something for themselves. So the Build Room launched, I want to say 2 weeks ago, but what I did was I pre-sold the Build Room, right? So that means that I took payment before actually building out the community, before having a platform, before having a curriculum. I had the vision, I knew what that looked like, I had that planned out, but I hadn't actually taken the steps to get it all set up. And I really feel like that is a really sensible way to launch something, because I have done it the other way, where I've built out the whole thing in secret, in silence, and then popped up to launch something that nobody wanted. Nobody knew, no one was expecting, nobody came along on the journey with me. So this way, what I did was I'll go into the detail of it, but essentially brought people along a journey for... My watch piping up. Brought people along on a journey for probably around, we did maybe about 7 lives. So I went live each Saturday morning, delivering a piece of content. But that was off of the back of building relationships, building connections, proving consistency, right? Positioning myself as an expert in my space. So that came before the live strategy, right? Because perhaps if I had just gone from not doing anything, not being consistent, not having content, and I had just started to go live, there would be a lack of trust, right? So I think that's a gem in and of itself. If you're gonna pre-sell something, I would encourage you to get visible before you do that. Build your personal brand, build your visibility, be known for the thing before launching. So whether you do decide to use going live as a strategy or some other mechanism, positioning yourself in advance of launching is always a sensible thing to do. So what did I do? And what was the lessons that I learned? So I started with what I called Saturday School. So I was going live every Saturday on LinkedIn and on YouTube, delivering valuable insights for probably like an hour, right? So I would go live teaching on, I had a topic on auditing your LinkedIn profile. Do you need a company page? building your email list. There was a range of topics, 7 topics, or 8 topics. And these were questions that I knew that people were asking, right? So these were things that people often came to me with questions around. So I knew that there was interest. I knew that people wanted to have the answers to these topics, right? So in doing that, every weekend, the replay would stay up. Then on Monday morning, I would take the replay down. So what I was doing was building like a sense of urgency for you to watch the content. I wanted people to watch the content to get a better understanding of me, of my expertise, of the material, to even get familiar with me and my personality, right? You can't spend 8 hours with somebody and not get a sense of who they are and feel as if you know them, right? So I did that, those lives, they came down on Monday morning. What I did then was created a mini temporary website, just a Canva website. It was nothing fancy, nothing spectacular, created in Canva. The ladies who joined, so every week, every Saturday, I would make an invite. I would invite them to join the unnamed community, now the Build Room. Join the unnamed community because I'm launching something. While you wait for me to build this thing, you're going to get access to the replay of the Saturday school. In addition to the replays, there were other assets, other resources that they got from this Canva website, right? So there was an incentive for them to get in and get in early. They were getting the replay that was no longer available. I would take that down. But also, every week, the price was going up, right? So there was urgency, FOMO, which, these are all marketing strategies, which depending on where you sit, right, and how you use them. I wanted to use them to incentivize people to take action because people often think I've got forever and a day to decide. I can get in at any point. There is a cost to delay, and I wanted people to recognize that, right? So the first week, a selection of ladies got in, amazing, celebrated them. You lot are the smart ones, right? Week 2, it's gone up from 97 to 147. They're like, oh my gosh, if I had just like got off the fence last week, I would have got it for £50 or whatever cheaper, right? So every week the price went up. So as I was pre-selling this thing, I was getting people to buy into the vision, to buy into what the community would deliver them. So I wasn't focusing so much on, there's going to be 3 calls a week, there's going to be co-working, you're going to get a workbook, and nobody cares. What I wanted people to buy into was the fact that there was going to be a community of other women who were building with legacy in mind, right? So if you bought into that vision, then your ears would probably be pricked up. You would be leaning in and inclined to listen more. I can see there are a few people on Instagram. So say hi, Instagram. Let me greet you. Let me say hi to you, right? So there was the lives. There was the incentive of getting in at a cheaper price. So before the price increases, you can get in. Also, what I offered was lifetime access. So I was really stacking what I guess Alex Hormozy would call like a no-brainer offer. Is it Dokia or Dukia? Hey, good to have you on. I'm sharing how I pre-sold my community. So at the moment, I have 20 women in the community, right? And they have, for the most part, all come in off the back of this process that I went through for, well, it was 2 months, right? Because I was going live every Saturday. What I also did First one was right. What did I say first? Dokia. I can't even remember what I said. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. It's a blessing. Oh, it's Blessing from PTP. P2P. How are you, sweetheart? Good to see you. Good to see you. Right. So there was the urgency because the price was going up every week. There was the replays because if you didn't want to get up on a Saturday morning at 8 a.m. and watch it live, get your questions answered, but also perhaps you didn't have time to watch it over the weekend and you thought that this is valuable, I need this information, getting onto the wait list, getting lifetime access to those replays, as well as everything that was to come. As I started to say, as Alex would say, it's like a no-brainer offer. The value was stacking upon itself. The value was definitely stacking upon itself. So let me know, guys. Drop questions in as I'm going because I will just keep chattering away. Mama on call, how are you, lovely? Good to see you. Good to see you. I am just doing a debrief. So I took some notes just as I was like just thinking about the process that I went through. I like to like sit and reflect and just think like, what was it I did? What worked? What didn't work? Right. So the ladies that were on what I called the ladies in waiting wait list, right? They were being given content while they waited, right? So they were able to still get the replays and get the additional content. I leveraged my email list. So as I said, I went live on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So that was like the social platforms that I was leveraging. I went live a couple of times actually as well on Facebook. I don't think anybody joined directly from Facebook. I don't know, maybe I'll ask the ladies in the community, but for the most part, it was YouTube, LinkedIn, and my email list, right? So I would send emails on a Saturday before I go live, but also after, to let them know, go and watch the replay, because really I want you to watch the replay. I'm not like being tight and like gatekeeping. I want you to go and watch the replay to get the knowledge, to get the information, but also to learn about the community that's coming. That's how I'm able to let you know. And each week I'm giving more, I'm sharing more around the community as I'm building in the open, because that's ultimately what I was doing. I had not built it, but I was building it visibly for people to come along on the journey. You're currently live on Instagram. Where else? Over on YouTube. So I'm live on YouTube. So if you prefer to watch there, you can head over there. It's just my name, Shalina Peart. You'll find me over on YouTube. Right. So the email list that I have been nurturing, I've been sending emails probably for the past, I want to say 2 or 3 years. And from time to time, I make offers. And I always say, like, it's so funny with email marketing because I feel people get in their feelings. If you try to sell something, they unsubscribe. And I'm like, wait a minute, you're quite happy for me to keep giving value, giving strategies, giving resources. I'm in business, so I am going to sell, right? And you just see that, and I'm going down a rabbit hole, not relevant to this, but when you do make offers, you do see people unsubscribe, and I celebrate because I'm like, yeah, I don't have to now pay to have you on my email list and you actually don't want to be here. I want people that, you know, want the information, and even if they're not going to purchase, they're not going to buy, they're not offended by you making an offer. Obviously, if you're selling hourly, that gets like, you know, tiresome. People don't want you doing that. But if you're launching, there will be a period where I'm sending more emails than normal, I'm talking more about my offers than normal, and you kind of just have to be okay with that, because once I've launched, I now go back to giving value. So what else have I got on my All right. So what made it compelling for the women to join, to pay to be on the wait list, right? To pay to be a member of this community. So they were getting, as I've said, the replays to the Saturday schools. They were getting lifetime access. Now the membership is, you pay annually. So you pay upfront for a year, and then the following year, if you want to stay in the community, you pay again, right? So there was an incentive for them to get onto the wait list. And guys, I'm sharing all of this, and I hope that what I'm sharing, you're thinking for your own business, how could I do something similar? Right? I'm not just sharing just to be like, oh, look at what I did. Like, think to yourself, you're switching over to YouTube. Yeah, come over. Like, how could you apply this to your business? What could you do that gets people in the door, gets bums on seats initially, right? And what that does is that gives you an influx of cash, right? So I'm now able to pay for the platform that I'm going to use. I'm able to purchase, if there's software that I need to get or equipment, you've got an influx of cash to be able to do that. What are the Saturday schools? So Saturday school was, let me see if I have, did I take a screenshot of it? Or I could just show you the site. I could just show you the site where the ladies got their, what was it called? Why is nothing coming up? Let me go to Canva. So basically, I went live every Saturday delivering content on a particular topic, and the replays formed that Saturday school. So now the ladies have access to those replays in the community and can, yeah, give me 2 seconds. Is it called loading? Why am I searching and nothing's coming up? There we are. Right, let's add a new scene. Screen window. This is the beauty of going live. All right, here we are. All right, so this was where each week I would be adding new Saturday school classes, right? So they would come here. There was like a welcome video, getting them on board, getting them on this journey, letting them know what the vision was, what's to come, why you've made the right decision to be here. And then the Saturday school lesson replays, each week I would add a new one, right? So this built out over time. So we started with how you could use ChatGPT to audit your LinkedIn, how to repurpose content. So you may have content on LinkedIn. How do you repurpose that across the other platforms? If you needed a company page, how to leverage emails with your LinkedIn, how to build a funnel, a LinkedIn funnel, getting visibility, how to use content to get clients, and then how to launch an offer. So that was the Saturday school classes. And then just as like, additional things, right? I gave them an ebook that I had created, 50 ways to repurpose your content, a mini class that I had delivered. So creating compelling content, another workbook, which had a video and a checklist for how to carry out an audit of your strategy, and then a podcast. I've got a podcast. So this was like directing them to an episode that I thought would be valuable, and then like a Canva mini crash course. So all of this while they waited. As I said, while you stand in line, I don't want you just standing in line. I want you to be able to do something in the meantime. As someone said, you don't have to just sit here till you get there. No, we could do something in the meantime. So these were what they got while they were on the wait list. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. Blessing, you said, if they have lifetime access, how does the paying for the following year bit work? So the lifetime access applies to the ladies who got on in the beginning while I was building. Everybody who joins the membership or the community now, they will be on the 12-month membership. So the 12 months, there's a roadmap and an actual journey that they'll be taken on. And then at the end of those 12 months, if you want to come around again, because we'll be obviously doing and going through different topic areas, then that's where they would then pay again. So the ladies who are in have lifetime access. They have lifetime access. Are you using software for the cues on screen? Yes, I'm using a tool called Restream. It is a third-party tool that connects to social platforms so that you can stream across multiple at once. The package that I'm on, I could stream across 3 at a time. I think the package above me, you can stream on 5 in one go. All right. You said, and how did you advertise those lives? Was that just on socials or for the ladies on the wait list? So the lives, the Saturday school lives, everyone knew I was going live at 8 a.m. on Saturday mornings. So I would set it up on LinkedIn. I would set it up on YouTube. So, like with a live on YouTube that's scheduled, it's almost like there's a premiere of it and it tells you when it's gonna launch and you can actually see people waiting. So I would set that up in advance. On LinkedIn, I would do a similar thing. So I would set it up as an event. So people would RSVP, that would get added to their calendar. I would also send it to my email list. I would I've got like a WhatsApp list. I would let people know. And, you had the faithful ones. So my Jackies, my, who else was that? I don't want to call out names, but people would come each Saturday. And then you had some people that would kind of flit in and out. So that's how the ladies knew that the lives were happening. And we had some guys as well jumping in. I had guys messaging me like, this is so valuable. I'm getting so much from it. There's so much value, Shalina. It's important not to feel overwhelmed by it, or am I overwhelming you, or are you saying I shouldn't be overwhelmed by it? Or let me know. All right. So where did I get to? All right. So I've spoken about creating a sense of urgency. I've spoken about giving value. Whether you joined or whether the community or not, you got value. For 8 weeks, there was taught educational content that somebody could tap into. I left it up from Saturday morning until Monday morning, right? So you could go back, you could watch it again. There were people that came back to me. They didn't necessarily join, but found value in it. That's not to say that further on down the line, because what you have to realize, we're seed sowing in any case. So the work that you're doing, not everybody will convert immediately, but we are sowing seeds. Let's see. I also invited some people directly. That's another strategy that you could implement. There were people that I had sales calls with to work one-to-one, and those people didn't convert for whatever reason. However, I was able to go back to them and say, hey, there's a new offer, a community, take a look, it might be for you. So there are ladies who have joined the Build Room who had considered working with me one-to-one, but for whatever reason that didn't happen, but they're able to get access to the information, to get the coaching, the content, the community, the support, right? So think about that. Who have you spoken to that one particular offer didn't necessarily work, but this new thing that you're building, could you invite them into that? Could they join you? for that new thing. Jackie, you said, no, we need to make sure we pace ourselves. Yeah, do you know what? And this is the thing. I remember I was doing like daily videos, and I did like a poll to say, like, how are you guys getting on? And they were like, it's too much. You're coming too thick and fast. I'm like, all right, slow that down. But you know what? I just feel like the information is there. Consume it, don't consume it, but you know you can come back to it. So I would always say that. Blessing, I love all these questions. How long was it between when you started pre-launch to selling out? So I wouldn't say I've necessarily sold out. The doors are open. So when the doors opened and the ladies on the wait list got into the community, I think I had about 15 or 16 women. I think that was the number. So I went live for 8 weeks. Each week the price was ramping up. So it's now at 497, right? For 12 months of access. It started at 97 and went up each week. So yeah, the kind of pre-launch, between pre-launch and doors opening was kind of around 8-9 weeks. 8 weeks of free tour educational content from Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to Monday morning to see it. Yeah, exactly. That was my process. So there was a limited time for people to see it. Yeah, absolutely. So they had until Monday, because that was the incentive for the women on the list, that they've, you don't have to get up at 8 a.m. You don't have to sacrifice your weekend, but you can get access to it ongoing. And that is just a lead into the main thing. So I've got a course. It's a 10-week course called the LinkedIn Strategizer. So that, I think I would say, is like my flagship course. That's inside of the community. So the Saturday school classes were 45 minutes to an hour. They were a bite size, right? Inside of the community. It's not just LinkedIn. It's not just social media. This community is around females, as I've said, who are building and want to take into account their health. They're 40 and above. So things like the menopause, things like rest, things like energy levels all come into play. So there's guest experts who'll be coming into the community to deliver content. So the LinkedIn thing was almost like the hook to pull people in, but the community is going to deliver and help women with so much more than just the kind of LinkedIn side of things. So yeah, let me think if there is anything else that I did as I create a sense of urgency. What else did I do? I think just really carving out who it was for. So being very declarative that it was women who were over the age of 40, women who were interested in building something and not burning out, right? Because that is the risk, that we take on this new thing, we've still got the old thing, and now we're up all hours, our health starts to be compromised. We don't enjoy time with relatives, partners, all those types of things. So it was really important for me to speak to that particular woman so that she knew that this community would be a space where she would feel seen, would feel supported and understood, and other women would get like the struggles and the things that she was going through. So guys, I was like, I'm going to come on for probably half an hour as I kind of like just thought about what I had done, what worked, what didn't work. I think what I haven't done, and I've just, not really had the energy, the desire to do it, is to really like promote it outside of the women that join the wait list. So I still have my email list that really I should be now in, like, now doors are open, really promoting it. My focus at the moment is just nurturing those 20 women inside of the build room. So with daily co-working, with weekly Q&As, with putting out new content weekly. So really nurturing them. The ladies that are in have access to me for fortnightly calls one-to-one, right? So I really want to get them a result, because ultimately they're going to become like the evangelists, the amplifiers of the build room. What I didn't share with the ladies was that when they got inside of the community, they have the opportunity to be brand ambassadors. So to get a commission for sharing the community. Us women like to share when things are good, and we do that for free anyway. So I'm like, well, why would I not compensate them? They're doing the work alongside me to bring people in by even just mentioning it. So I wanted to make sure that they were compensated. There's a lot of come and do work for free and tell people about my thing for free, and only I benefit, and like, make that make sense. How does that benefit them? So yeah, that is where we are at. That is, I think, yeah, the next phase for me, as I said, to continue supporting the women in the build room, but also to now start promoting it. So, I can fill it up. More women can join. We can get the numbers up. My ultimate goal is to support 1,000 women to leverage the online space effectively. That's ultimately my goal. And this is one of the mechanisms for doing that. That's one of the mechanisms for doing that. Oh, there's more questions. I missed that. All right, Blessing has, is it not coming up? So there was a limited time for people to see it. Yeah, to see the replays. There was limited time. That pre-launch and doors opening. Open price is interesting. Yeah, let me know. Like, have you done anything similar? Is that something you would consider? The sun is doing the most. It was just like bucketing with rain. I don't know. Like, I'm in South London and the heavens opened and it was bucketing with rain. And now I feel like I need my sunglasses. Yeah, the smart ones, exactly that, Blessings. The smart ones. Okay, no. So people could have 12-year access for £97. So when I say lifetime, when people say lifetime, it's not like your natural lifetime. It's the lifetime of, so long as I'm in business, so long as I'm on the platform, you have lifetime access, right? So the women who got in for the 97 have got lifetime access for that price, but also if they refer it to another lady, they get 40% commission. So straight away, this now could become another stream of revenue, depending on who like your network is, depending on the type of work you do. If this is something that perhaps maybe the women that you work with could benefit from, refer them. Perhaps if it's just like your friend group who wants to win by themselves, refer them. You get a commission. Blessing said, I love this, Shalina. Oh, bless you. Bless you, Blessings. Yeah, you know what? It was one of those ones that sometimes strategies unfold over time. So I knew what I wanted to do. I knew the space that I wanted to create, but the mechanism, did I go in thinking, oh, I'm going to have an affiliate opportunity? Did I think about that reoccurring revenue? What do they call it? A continuity offer. Having that wasn't something that I thought about initially. I was just like, oh yeah, let people in, they'll pay once. And then over time, I thought, you know what, actually having a reoccurring revenue is smart. I'm a consultant as well. So I work with people one-to-one. So this is another arm. This is another revenue stream. So having something that on an annual basis, assuming you give value, assuming that they still need to be plugged into this type of community, then it becomes just a reoccurring revenue. And why I didn't want to do monthly, I had done monthlies before, like monthly subscriptions. And what you find is that you get people that just want to be tire kickers. They just want to get in to see, and they have no intention of staying. What that does, it doesn't give them the result. They don't have enough time. They've come in to just have a look and see. I don't want that. I want you to come in to use the resources to get the transformation. And if me locking you in for a year means that you're going to do the work, you're going to show up, you're going to get access to the content, you're going to get access to me for over that time period, I prefer that rather than you just paying a monthly and bouncing. You forgot about the commission. Yeah, Jackie, don't snooze on that. Don't snooze on the commission. And the thing is, as I said, in the spaces that we're in, we're always talking about, oh, I'm part of this thing, and it's benefiting me in this way. And people are like, oh, okay, share the details with me. And you're quick to type out and share your affiliate link, right? That just makes it's savvy, right? You're being a blessing and you're being helpful because you're sharing. But if the creator of the space is willing to pay you for it, why would you not leverage that? What's a continuity offer? So it's just like a reoccurring revenue. So continuity in the sense of it continues. So you could have a weekly continuity offer. You could have someone pay you monthly. You could have them pay you annually. I've even seen ones that are quarterly. I joined one that was quarterly. So you paid upfront for the quarter, and then at the end of the quarter, it would just automatically renew unless you wanted to leave. So what that means is, for you as the business owner, you're getting like lumps of cash, right, upfront, rather than just little drips of money. So it's even better than that. It's £97 lifetime. Yeah. Oh, what did I miss? So Blessing said, why is it taking so long to come up? Blessing said, sorry, I meant £97 per year for 12 months. Yeah, so the £97, no, so that's not even available anymore. The £97 was a one-off for the lifetime access. It's now £497 for 12 months. So that's what that offer is. That's what that offer is. But also, Jackie, be sure to, my child calling me, be sure to book in your one-to-one sessions, right? So from now until the end of 2025, you can book in fortnightly one-to-ones with me, because I want to work on specific projects with women in the build room to get them results. Because group coaching is great and I love it, because I often sit and listen to another woman asking a question that I hadn't even thought of, and I learn. I go away and I implement what she's been told. But maybe there's something specific that you're working on. There's something specific. Maybe you're planning to launch a digital product, or maybe you want to start doing webinars. We can work together and flesh that out. Again, I want to get you a result. I want you to be an ambassador, an amplifier of the build room. Over here, promoting your heritage, the story of the wasp and the bee. Please do tell. I don't know that. I don't know that story. The story of the wasp and the bee. Let's see. Wasp and the bee. All right, so it says, the most famous story of the wasp and the bee is likely an Aesop fable titled The Bee and the Wasp and the Hornet, where a dispute over honey led to the creatures to a wise hornet judge. After 6 weeks, he decided the case by having both bees and wasps build out honeycomb. I'm not sure where this is going. Fill me in. Catch me up. Catch me up. All right, guys. I said I was going to be on for half an hour. How long have I been on for now? I think like 41 minutes. I'm just over. But this has been fun. I will continue debriefing. And I think like delivering, maybe I'll do like a masterclass in the community with the actual steps, the actual like, this is how you do it. Build this landing page, connect this sequence, start this automation. Gosh, yes, one-to-ones will definitely be in touch this week. So yeah. When you get time, I know that you were away. So book in. All right, guys, this has been awesome. You've helped me to unpack and think about what I now need to do next. I think leveraging my email list and even just like socials in general, actually promoting it and getting more women into the build room. But if you scan the QR code, you'll be able to have a look at the different modules, the things that are coming up, and the experts that I'll be bringing into the build room. But guys, I'm hungry. It's past lunchtime. This has been fun. I look forward to seeing you around, whether in the build room or on whatever platform I'm hanging out on any given day. But do you know what? Again, this has the thing about Instagram, and they said you needed 1,000 followers. I'm not sure how I'm now able to go live. Guys, have you guys been impacted by this 1,000 follower thing? Because I don't think I could. I tried to and wasn't able to. But I can see there were a few people that joined and jumped in. YouTube, it's been fun. Instagram, it's been fun. I look forward to hanging out with you again soon. Jackie said she's glad that she caught it live. Amazing. All right, guys, take care. God bless you all. I will see you around these digital streets sometime